Thank you for staying tuned to Channels Television and welcome to Newsroom series. This edition of the program covering Nigeria's Northeast. I am Bukola Koka. First, our top stories for the day. The Emeka Beke-led River State faction of the All Progressives Congress has welcomed the affirmation of Governor Simlai Fubara as leader of the party in the state, describing it as a vindication of its long-held position amid internal party tensions. In a press statement issued on January the 23rd, 2026, and signed by the party spokesman, Mr. Darlington Wauju, the party said the affirmation, conveyed through the President's Special Advisor on Policy Communication, Mr. Daniel Bwala, reflects President Bola Tinubu's commitment to the APC's constitution and established party conventions. The Rivers APC leadership commended President Tinubu for reaffirming the principle that APC governors should lead the party at the state level to ensure cohesion, effective mobilization, and organizational efficiency. It said the clarification aligned with the policy direction of the party's national leadership. The party maintains that the presidential affirmation should put to rest what it describes as false and misleading narratives surrounding the leadership of the APC in Rivers State. However, the Rivers APC sharply criticizes comments credited to the party's National Publicity Secretary, Mr. Felix Morka, on the impeachment process against Governor Fubara and his deputy. The factional state chapter said the remarks were personal opinions that ran contrary to the core values of the party membership and internal discipline. Vice President Mr. Kashim Shettima has returned to Abuja after a week-long diplomatic and economic mission to Guinea-Conakry and Switzerland. A statement by his Senior Special Assistant on Media and Communications, Mr. Stanley Nwokocha, said Vice President Senator Shettima arrived at the Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport on Saturday after representing President Bola Tinubu at the inauguration of Guinea's President Mamadi Doumbouya and leading Nigeria's delegation to the 56th World Economic Forum annual meeting in Davos. According to the Vice President, the trip is part of Nigeria's renewed commitment to regional solidarity in West Africa and its determination to reposition the economy under President Tinubu's renewed hope agenda. The Vice President had departed Abuja and for Conakry, where he attended President Doumbouya's inauguration, reaffirming Nigeria's leadership role within ECOWAS while opening new pathways for bilateral cooperation in agriculture and manufacturing. From Guinea-Conakry, Senator Shettima proceeded to Davos, Switzerland, where he led the Nigerian delegation at the World Economic Forum 2026. And we begin in Yobe State, where the government, under its World Bank Project Rural Access and Agricultural Marketing RAM, is set to commence the construction of 500 kilometers of roads across the 17 local government areas of the state. The project coordinator, Mr. Musa Damagum, in an exclusive interview with Channels Television, also said bills for the establishment of 2 rural road agencies have been passed by the State Assembly. The agencies, Rural Access Road Authority, RARA, and Yobe State Road Fund, are saddled with the responsibilities of executing the projects from mobilization to completion.
Major occupation of the people of Yobe, a state with 45,502 square kilometers, which lacks rural or feeder roads to transport farm produce to the final consumers and harness the economic potential of the state. Although the state government has constructed about several kilometers of roads at both rural and urban areas, road accessibility has always been a major challenge due to the landmass.
The truth is that we are facing hardship as a result of poor roads. Once it rains, we cannot move an inch. Cell culverts were constructed, but they are being washed away. There are a lot of communities here that do not have roads. The roads are not good. We are just managing them. We want government to construct roads for us so that we can at least transport sick persons from our communities to the nearby hospitals.
The World Bank's Rural Access and Agricultural Marketing is setting up the Rural Access Road Authority and Yobe State Road Fund to support the Yobe State government in mass road construction to open up rural areas as well as provide accessibility in terms of security movements.
The establishment of Rural Access Road Authority, RARA, and Yobe State Road Fund. The fund is to mobilize finance for the maintenance and construction of roads. And the Rural Access Road Authority is basically the engineering outfit of the reform. There are two agencies, one to mobilize finance and one to spend it on rural roads.
The project is expected to construct 500 kilometers of rural roads spread across the 17 local government areas of the state in 5 years.
So RAM is now has an approval in principle of 500 kilometers to be constructed across the state. We phased it out. So we have the first phase, which is 200 kilometers, and another 300 kilometers is coming up. Already for the 200 kilometers, we have hired a consultant. We have finished the design, the costing, and everything. All the technical documentations are ready. We are just waiting for the approval of the World Bank to mobilize on site. We have also finished our safeguard instrument.
The mapping is completed and is awaiting approval for the commencement of the first 200 kilometers. When completed, the roads will not only provide accessibility for agricultural and economic activities, but also reduce mortality and morbidity among pregnant women and children in the rural areas seeking quick access to health care.
More on roads rehabilitation. The federal government has commenced the rehabilitation of major potholes and failed sections of federal roads in Taraba State. The exercise is being executed under the initiative tagged Operation Connect Your Destination 3.0. The initiative, which is implemented by the Federal Roads Maintenance Agency, is aimed at removing obstacles that will impede a free flow of traffic in the state.
This is the ever-busy Jalingo-Mayo-Lope Adamawa border road, spanning over 50 kilometers. Traveling along this route is likened to a nightmare by commuters, especially during the rainy season. A journey of about an hour takes up to 3 to 4 hours, with some drivers ending up at the mechanic workshops due to the damage on their vehicles. Another major worry is the frequent robbery that takes place along the bad spots.
The road was very terrible, but sometimes we experience a bad accident and a terrible accidents here. Once the students come off from the school, they vacated. The bike and the motor accident that occurred here was very terrible.
Just a few days ago, this road damaged about 5 of my tires due to the bad nature of the road. We pick passengers from Mayo Lope and hand them over to other drivers at Mararabazing.
Worried by the deplorable condition of the road, the Federal Roads Maintenance Agency has commenced Operation Connect Your Destination to patch potholes and repair failed sections of the road.
It is a renewed effort by the agency to ensure that the entire federal road network in Taraba State is pothole-free. Actually, we are not stopping here. Like I said, it's a routine maintenance activity. The agency has a way of ensuring the entire federal road network in the country is fixed. This thing you see happening here is happening in 38 other field offices around the country. And it is a continuous effort that will be sustained yearly. Our mandate is to ensure that there are no potholes on the roads, and we will not rest on our oars to ensure that that mandate is achieved, to ensure that taxpayers get value for money.
Residents and commuters are appreciative of this gesture to reduce their sufferings.
We will be excited to see the government consider us to put us into consideration of repairing the road. We are excited for that.
The rehabilitation, according to FAMA, will ensure safety of commuters, a smoother driving experience, and free flow of traffic.
And to other aspects of development now, in Adamawa State, the government has approved and released the sum of 8 billion naira for the payment of the backlog of gratuity to retired civil servants in the state. This development has brought relief and succor to the retirees who had gone through difficulties amid the ongoing economic hardship being experienced in the state. Relief has finally come the way of retired civil servants in Adamawa State, with the Governor, Umar Fintiri's approval of 5 billion naira for state retirees and 3 billion naira for local government retirees as payment of their gratuities. They report to the office of the State Pensions Board and patiently await screening to receive their bank drafts. Some search for their names on a list that determines eligibility for screening, while others turn to officials of the board to sort their files for final clearance. Many retired over 20 years ago and lament being forgotten by various administrations. This exercise gives them hope of getting what's due to them.
Never seen any governor who has made impact on the state like Fintiri. He's a good man. Actually, we need somebody like him again. If this thing is, maybe I don't think they will allow him to repeat it again. I think I will give him more than 10 how what is the cast voting.
I'm very happy. I thank the governor, the fresh air, for paying us our gratuity. I retired to 1916 up to. I didn't receive anything. This time around, they say everybody will pay.
Officials in charge confirmed that the screening is running smoothly. They encourage the retirees to follow the protocol, as Governor Fintiri wants no one to be denied their rights.
For the state, we have 2,213. These are expected benefit. For the local government, we expect 1,937 people to benefit. But of course, that is assuming it's 100% attendance.
The backlog we've been having is not from this governor. So he has released up to 5 billion naira. And the committee are paying the money now that he has released. If other government have been doing like him, in fact, we will have no problem in pension at all.
The payment covers living retirees who left the state workforce between November 2015 and September 2018, and those who have died between September 2014 and February 2016. And still to come on the program, 21 local government areas under the control of Boko Haram insurgents at the onset of the Zulum administration are now accessible. We'll bring you details of this and more after the break. Join us again.
Hello and welcome to One to One. Our guest today is quite the remarkable individual.
I know I'm putting you in an incredibly difficult position.
Well, tourism was so alien. People thought we were crazy.
The world has always recognized the creative genius of Nigerians. But what has it meant to you personally?
Game-changing discussions on the big ideas that shape our thinking.
We've been very focused on trying to accomplish something that is typically not done.
You have to be deliberate. That's the point I'm making. But it appears that things have gotten worse. So what happened? How did we get here?
Let people think. Let people be bold. And the country can change.
This is One to One.
Our website, channelstv.com, has more information on our top stories and others. Subscribe and watch Channels Television's live stream on YouTube and other social media platforms using your mobile device browser. Or download the Channels TV app for Android and iOS devices from their respective stores. You can also watch us via your smart TV platforms on Apple TV, Android TV, Fire TV, and Roku. Channels Television, ubiquitous.
Welcome back. The Borno state government says all the 21 local government areas under the control of Boko Haram insurgents at the commencement of Professor Babagana Zulum's government in 2019 are now accessible. The Commissioner for Local Government and Emirate Affairs, Sugum Meimele, disclosed this while speaking with Channels Television on the subject of improved security in the state. And in this special report, Channels Television looks at the resettlement drive of Governor Babagana Zulum in the local government areas impacted by insurgency.
This was a common scene of internally displaced persons, both official and unofficial, spread across Maiduguri, the Borno state's capital, after 20 out of the 27 local government areas of the state were overrun by terrorists. Basic needs of shelter, food, and entire means of livelihood were lost after families were driven out of their homes to makeshift shelters run by government or non-governmental organizations. Succor came with the establishment of the Theatre Command of the Nigerian Armed Forces, providing security for the people.
Recently, the military and the other security agencies in the Operation Hiding Curry have been very, very successful in their operations. And we thank God that most of the operations carried out in the insurgent areas were very, very successful.
Now, zeroed all his mind to the resettlement exercise. Then first, all the amenities, the social amenities were destroyed in all these 20 local governments. To rebuild all these infrastructures, has to build schools, health facilities, water points, electricity, health, before he talk of resettlement. After seeing all this were reconstructed, he now took a tour of all these local governments. Not once, not twice, not thrice. That's to ensure that when you go, you return back the people into their communities. They have to have the facilities on that.
Now, almost all the local government areas displaced, with exception of Guzamala, have been resettled, especially Goza, with various commercial infrastructure in place and facilities such as the College of Nursing and Midwifery, Federal College of Education, among others. Those in Cameroon refugee camps were also repatriated. The government also equipped the military, police, paramilitary, and the Civilian Joint Task Force with operational vehicles.
These beacons are purposely meant for the intended purposes. What are the intended purposes? One, RRS. The main function is to secure from here to the insecurity, control insecurity that might arise between Maiduguri to Damaturu. And sometimes other areas within Borno State as the need arise.
The latest resettlement is Wala community in Goza local government area, where the state government constructed 500 houses for the returnees.
We are hoping that, I think they have admitted over 2,000 students in the first batch, Federal College of Education. So it means 2,000 people will be coming into Goza. 2,000 people will be eating in Goza, breakfast, lunch, dinner. You know what that means.
Maiduguri, the state's capital, is also witnessing a new look as several infrastructural projects were executed by the state's government.
As part of efforts to enhance operational efficiency, the Nigerian Army has begun an enlightenment campaign for its personnel on the implications of drug abuse and effective methods of managing post-traumatic stress disorder. The initiative took place during a seminar organized for personnel at the Nigeria Army Armor School in Bauchi, where the Chief of Army Staff explains that part of the Army's modern approach is to empower personnel with advanced technology and equipment, as well as improved tactics, techniques, procedure, and training curricula for greater efficiency. Our correspondent Hajara Aliu reports.
Personnel of the Nigerian Army filled the Lieutenant General Farouk Yahaya Hall at the Nigerian Army Armor School, Bauchi, for a capacity building seminar focused on 3 key areas: digital technology, post-traumatic stress disorder, and drug abuse. The commandant of the Nigerian Armor School, Major General Abubakar Ahmed, delivers a speech on behalf of the Chief of Army Staff, stressing the need for the Nigerian Army to address modern security challenges through the adoption of modern digital techniques.
The current drive of the Nigerian Army is to leverage advanced technologies to modernize military operations, improve decision-making processes, and ensure adaptability towards tackling evolving security challenges.
The digital technology segment of the seminar emphasizes the adoption of the smart soldier concept aimed at bridging manpower gaps.
The seminar aims to harness digital transformation and innovation, which are relevant and sustainable in today's technological-driven world, with solutions to enhance the Nigerian Army operational effectiveness.
Participants are also educated on effective ways to cope with stress during combat operations, manage post-traumatic stress disorder without turning to drugs for help.
If you're tired or you are stressed, the best thing is for you to have a rest. Just rest for about 20 minutes. By the time you come out, you find out that you are refreshed. So you don't need to take any of this substance to enhance yourself.
That I was not able to save my colleague is the biggest guilt killing soldiers, making soldiers realize that, have I made a mistake? But we want to let a soldier know that if you are a soldier, you should know that post-traumatic stress is real. But for you to seek for help, seek for counseling.
Officers are advised to take the lessons learned seriously and apply them to enhance their operational efficiency and overall performance. Hajara Aliu, Channels Television News.
As part of a strategic initiative to give insurgency-affected communities a sense of belonging and strengthen civil-military relations, the Nigerian Army has commissioned a modern primary healthcare facility in Mula, a remote community in Hong, local government area of Adamawa State. In his message at the event, the Chief of Naval Staff, Rear Admiral Idi Abbas, says the project is part of the Nigerian Navy's Quick Intervention Scheme, an initiative designed to address critical social needs while fostering trust and cooperation between the military and challenged communities.
This healthcare center in Mula, a remote community located 50 kilometers from Hong local government headquarters, was built under the Chief of Naval Staff Quick Intervention Initiative to provide healthcare services to residents and build confidence and trust between the people and the military. It's one of the many communities located on the fringes of Sambisa Forest, which recently suffered attacks from yet-to-be-identified gunmen. The facility is being officially handed over by the Chief of Naval Staff to fast-track community-focused approach to essential healthcare services, a strategic tool in tackling insecurity in line with the renewed hope agenda of the present administration.
Coming down here to come and commission such a laudable event or center, it only brings the Nigerian Navy closer to the society. Then for the community, it gives them the sense of hope that the military and the government has not left them behind. You can see where we site this facility. A lot of effort has been done to bring this into fusion.
The Director of Policy and Research, Naval Headquarters, Rear Admiral Adamu Yahaya, acknowledges the health challenges the community has been facing, among other troubles.
Apart from our statutory responsibility of protecting the integrity of Nigeria, we are also part of the community, people of the community, and by so doing, they will also appreciate us and also know that they are not forgotten.
Speaker of the Adamawa State House of Assembly, Batia Wesley, applauds the Nigerian Navy for the gesture.
This project aligned perfectly with the vision of our amiable governor and also the Adamawa State House of Assembly to improve access to quality health care across the state, especially in rural, underserved community.
In the meantime, the traditional ruler of Hong, His Royal Majesty Bolos Nyako, expresses gratitude to the Nigerian Navy on behalf of the community, describing the health facility as a life-changing intervention.
What Rear Admiral Levy has done by getting the Navy to come and invest in the good living of our community, so also is a message to all our stakeholders. They should do the same. Use whatever influence God has given them to bring development to their communities.
Dedicate this facility to the glory of each and every one of us that have come to this particular occasion.
The high point of the ceremony is the commissioning of the project and inspection by dignitaries.
And that's it on the program, this edition of Newsroom series covering Nigeria's Northeast. Thank you for watching. We'll be back again same time next week. I am Bukola Koka. Bye for now.
Hello, and a warm welcome to Art House. I'm Melinda Kimami. Coming up on today's episode of the program.
Life is a stage. A bold canvas. Splash some paint on it. String some rhymes while at it. Then enjoy it on Art House. Receive life in beautiful curves, crafts, colors, and most exciting forms. Join us as we savor intriguing sights and sounds. At these times, Art House, life is art.
There are 1,001 ways to start your day.
Whether you're in Lagos,